Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, Cooks by Carrie. If you're new here, I'm Carrie, and for today's Foodie Friday, I'm making healthy, flourless, peanut butter, chocolate chip, oatmeal cookies. So, without further ado, let's begin. For this recipe, you are going to need these ingredients. Some natural creamy peanut butter, which contains just peanuts and salt. I couldn't find the one that was just peanuts and salt, so mine had a little bit of oil in it, but that's okay too. I used some packed dark brown sugar, some vanilla extract, some eggs, some rolled oats, some baking soda, some chocolate chips, and some flaky sea salt, which is not pictured, but I do use it later on. Now, the first step for this recipe is to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and line a baking sheet with parchment paper, but I do this a bit later on like you'll see. Now I am taking a small bowl and I am mixing together the oats and the baking soda, and then I'm going to set them aside. Now in a large bowl, I am mixing together the peanut butter, brown sugar, eggs, and vanilla until smooth. This recipe doesn't have many steps, require many tools, or many ingredients, so I think it's the perfect recipe to try at home. It was super delicious in the end, so I highly recommend. As you're about to see when I mix it, it's very thick, this mixture, because of the peanut butter. So I did want to just make sure every single thing was incorporated and there were no lumps of brown sugar. Now I'm going to be folding in my dry ingredients into my wet ingredients using a wooden spoon. Once all my mixture is mixed up, I'm just taking a spatula and I'm going to scrape down the wooden spoon to make sure I can get all the dough off of it. The last step here for this recipe is to gently fold in the chocolate chips. Here is the dough all finished, and you're going to notice this dough is super sticky. Taking a baking sheet and I'm lining it with a pre-cut parchment sheet that I got at my grocery store, but if you don't have this, just go ahead and cut a piece of parchment to fit the pan. Next, I'm taking a cookie scoop, but if you don't have one, totally go in with 2 spoons or whatever you want, and mine is about like 0.81 ounces full, so maybe try and make your balls about that big, and I'm just scooping it out onto my tray. I'm going to repeat scooping it all out for as many dough balls as I can make. For me, this was 2 full trays of 14, so I ended up with about 28 cookies. And now my oven is all preheated and it is time to put in my cookies. The batter smelled really good, so I was very excited to try these. Also, I'm not a huge fan of peanut butter, but I noticed that it wasn't that heavily of a flavor. There was a lot of peanut butter used in the recipe, but in the end, it was kind of a mild flavor. If you're not a big fan of peanut butter, but someone in your family is, you might still really enjoy these. I'm setting a timer for about 10 minutes. But these cookies did take me a little longer, I think about 15 minutes, but it's really just going to depend on your oven. My oven runs cold, so just do what's best for you. Hey guys, before I show you these beautiful cookies, please subscribe, leave a thumbs up, and comment down below what you'd like to see next. Also, if you're enjoying this video, please share it with a friend. I think that's something fun you could do, and it really helps me out. Alright, so it's been about 15 minutes, and look at those cookies. Oh my god, they look so good. I would say try not to over bake them because we are going to leave them on the pan for about 5 minutes, which you'll see me set the timer in a second. So they cook a little bit more, so don't overcook them, but they weren't okay, maybe they're not the prettiest, but they were so delicious. So here's me setting my timer, and then I'm going to transfer them to a cooling rack. So here they are. Oh my god, they look so good, and I'm just transferring them all. Now the final step before you eat them is to just sprinkle some flaky sea salt on top of them. Now I'm not the huge fan of super salty things, so I just did a teeny bit, but do however much you prefer. Alrighty, and here is the final result. They were so good. They were just kind of fluffy and not a huge peanut butter taste, but still really good with the chocolate. Oh my god, 10 out of 10 would recommend. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Do all those fun YouTube things like I mentioned in the middle of the video. And please, please, please follow me on Instagram at Cooks by Carrie. I post lots of fun photos of the food I cook. And yeah, that's it for this Foodie Friday. So tune in next Monday for a new video at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Alrighty, bye guys.